Welcome to Court TV. I'm Vinnie Politan along with Julie Grant. We are both attorneys and host/anchors of Court TV. And today let's have another legalese lesson so you can become a little more familiar with some of the terms that you hear during the course of the trials you watch here on Court TV. Today, let's talk about a big term, hearsay. Julie, can you define hearsay for me right now?
I can. It's funny. I think the legal definition is burned in my brain from law school, as I'm sure it is yours. So the legal definition, hearsay, is an out-of-court statement made by the declarant offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. So what does that mean?
What does that mean in English,
break this down.
Julie?
We don't want trial by rumor, is what it means, right? We don't want trial by rumor. We want the truth. We want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
So basically, when you think about hearsay, it's like, oh, I heard somebody say something, right, down the street, and then I come into court and tell the jury what I heard someone else say. And that's hearsay.
Exactly. And how it's being offered is what's key. So for instance, if
are there times where hearsay is allowed, right?
There are times, yes. There are exceptions and exemptions. Absolutely, there's plenty of that. But depends on how it's being offered. Like, if I say, Vinnie spilled ketchup on the floor, okay, then Seema comes into court and testifies that Julie said that Vinnie spilled ketchup on the floor. Is that hearsay? It depends. If it's being offered to prove the truth that Vinnie was the one who spilled the ketchup, then yes, we have a hearsay problem. But if it's just being offered to prove Julie's voice was working and she said it, and it's not offered for the truth in the case, then it's not hearsay. So it's tricky.
Right, so you're trying to prove what was said outside of court, inside of court, but it's a statement from someone else.
Yes.
I think I'm making it more confusing. I'll just let you talk.
No.
But hearsay is a little tricky. I mean, I see lawyers tripping through this during the course of a trial. So what are some exceptions to hearsay? Sometimes when it's allowed and permitted by the judge in the court.
Sure. Well, there's something called the party opponent exception. And if you're a prosecutor trying criminal cases, this is very valuable to you. The party who's opposing you, if you're representing the Commonwealth, the people, the state, the party opposing you is the defendant, the person you're charging with the crime, the accused, exactly. Anything they say comes in. So even if they said something out of court, when they're the defendant as a prosecutor, this is huge, and you really want to hang your hat on those statements. Think confessions, think things like that. That's why we have, a lot of those hearings ahead of trials where there might be a statement in issue because the defense knows it's probably going to come in. It's an exception, to the hearsay rules.
Right. So someone wouldn't, and I guess the thinking behind it is that it's more reliable. Someone wouldn't confess to a crime if they didn't actually do it, which is why something said by the defendant against their own interest is permitted, even though it is technically hearsay.
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
you
Good
got
stuff.
it.
So it's very complicated hearsay, but Julie Grant does an unbelievable job
I enjoy
of
it.
explaining it.
Well, thank you.
All
You're
right.
kind.
Continue to watch Court TV, and hopefully now when they say objection hearsay, you know what they're talking about.